Thank you for joining us on Marriott MBA Today. I'm David Haywood. I'm in the studio here with Matt Robinson, who is the president of the Graduate Real Estate Association. Matt, thanks for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you, Dave.
What is the Graduate Real Estate Association?
So the Graduate Real Estate Association was essentially formed from the old real estate club when it got split between undergraduate students and graduate students. So now we are a graduate student only club, and we are a placement focused club. We want to help students get placed into top tier careers within commercial real estate.
So your undergraduate experience, you were not, you didn't have a real estate background necessarily. You did engineering, and then you worked at Goldman Sachs for a few years,
Right.
and then came here in the MBA program. So what kind of real estate experience do you have to lead this club?
So I did my internship this summer at USAA real estate company down in San Antonio, Texas. They are a real estate advisory firm with about $13 billion in assets.
Wow. What kind of projects did you do for USAA over the summer?
So the internship is really cool. They let you split your time between two groups, and I was in the acquisitions and development groups over the summer. Now, I was with two groups, but essentially I was on the deal side or the transaction side of the business the whole time.
So involved in some multi-million-dollar deals?
Absolutely, yeah. Probably the most complex fund transaction that I worked on was a $700 million industrial portfolio.
Wow.
Spread across the United States with 24 different properties and lots of existing debt.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
So you are the man to lead the real estate club.
Hopefully, we'll see.
So the Graduate Real Estate Association is geared to helping students get into real estate careers.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that?
So our vision, or our business model, if you will, we're kind of using like a Greek pantheon to help describe the business model or the vision. And as I mentioned before, we are a placement-focused club, so that's kind of the top of the pantheon. And to support that goal, we are offering 3 pillars, which are recruiting, recognition, and training.
So how do you help with recruiting?
So real estate is really a unique industry in terms of recruiting. It's very networking based. Companies don't typically come on campus because frankly they don't need to. It's such a desirable career. People will usually go to companies. And so we're helping kind of break down that process a little bit, make it easier for students to get in. As an example, one of the tools we're offering is a resume book in which we'll blast out the resume book to all the various BYU alumni and LDS professionals that are working in the real estate industry. And then we also maintain a contact database where if you're planning on taking a recruiting trip to Los Angeles, we can give you, 20, 30 contacts that may be of interest
Wow.
to you to help network your way into the industry.
That would be very helpful.
Yeah.
If a student, there's a lot of career options for students coming out of the MBA program. Why real estate? What would you say to a student who just says, why should I look into real estate?
So real estate is a really interesting field. It has kind of a nice balance between a lot of quantitative analysis goes on, but you also have a great mix of people skills. And so you can be either one, and you can be really successful in real estate. Or if you're like me and you kind of think you're kind of a mix of both, it's really kind of that perfect sweet spot for you. So I think intrinsically it's very rewarding no matter what kind of person you are. Now the second reason is the upside potential in real estate is just huge. You typically aren't going to get the same starting offers that you might if you went to a corporate job, but 5-10 years later, your upside potential is just enormous comparatively to a lot of other corporate jobs. And then lastly, I would say, if you're comparing the real estate industry to other functions within private equity or investments, you typically end up with a lot better culture and a lot better work hours in real estate. As an example, I recently talked with someone who did their internship at Goldman Sachs in their real estate investment banking group, and he indicated that he worked far less hours than any other group within
Wow.
the investment banking division at Goldman Sachs.
So I guess to sum up succinctly, work fewer hours but get paid more.
That's definitely one way to look at it.
So students that want to have that kind of lifestyle and get into real estate, how do they join the Graduate Real Estate Association? It sounds like you're there to help them with that process. What do they do to take the next step?
It's very simple. Just go on to the Merit School Clubs page. You'll see the long list of clubs. Just go find Graduate Real Estate Association, pay your dues, register, and that will get you on the mailing list and will give you access to all the other great resources that we can offer you.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming into the studio today, Matt. We appreciate you taking time, and join us next time for more about different career paths from the MBA program at BYU.